Hello, hello. Hope you're all having a good one. Zad, congrats on getting first. Jewel Chen, hope you're doing well. All right, we're going to be making more whales. We're going to be doing two specific things today with the whales. We're working on the whales. We're going to try two things with the whales. We're going to use a bigger hook. I'm going to use a slightly bigger hook, and we are going to try the something to reduce the gap when we change colors. So to that end, let's go. If I can find where I am in the pattern here. All right, we're starting over again. What's the way this works again? How are y'all doing? Hope you're having a good one. Yeah, I think it's more like this, right? Yeah, I'm still not good at starting this. Pretty good, kind of tired. No. I'm doing pretty good. Today went fast. They went really fast. Like, holy cow. I feel like I got two major things done. All right. You know what it is? It's the fact that it's like that. Okay, we're going the bigger hook. I'm gonna try to crochet a little bit bigger. All right. I think, thank you for posting the, octopus. I think to do the octopus, I will have to, get some chenille yarn. I don't have any yarn that's like that thick and fluffy. It seems to be a common characteristic of, a lot of Amigurumi. They use that really thick yarn. Oh, wait, it would help if I, there we go. That's what I want. So it looks like the de minimis. The de minimis is going away. So goodbye cheap shipping from overseas, or cheap stuff from overseas. At least in the US. That's gonna cause lots of havoc here, that's for sure. Okay.
R.I.P.
Yeah, hey chicken. Yeah, that's gonna be brutal. Order your Japanese paper, order your woodblock supplies while you can. It might be worth like a spontaneous big purchase. I think I'm gonna go ahead and order the rest of the Ghibli books. Just to... Oops, did I just put 3 in there? I think I did. Wait. Oh, I just didn't move up a stitch. That's what happened. We'll see how that affects everything. I just ordered something from Japan. I think it's coming from Japan. I actually don't know where. And it's shipped today. We'll see if it makes it in time. I think it's on the slow boat. Okay, now we're gonna do 2. Well, how are y'all doing? Hope you're having a good one. Hey, chicken, did you finish tracing? Did you finish preparing your stuff yesterday? You sure our leaders can work out some kind of amazing trade deal allowing to be? Yeah, we'll see. Japan, that's the only one I really want. You finished the tracing? Hey! Congratulations. Excellent. I'm glad to hear that. Arriving next week? Awesome. That's great news. So, are you going to... You're going to do the key block first, right? So you kind of have that all set to go, but do you know... When will you do the color splits? Boy, I was gonna wait to order all of those Cthulhu books, but I guess I should order those too. Oh well. I've been waiting for this one Cthulhu book to get in, or Cthulhu Lovecraft book to get in stock, but it's not getting in stock, so this will just have to go. Probably take a while to carve the key block. Hopefully you can do all the color separations. Oh, off stream. Okay, got it. Oh, cool. Oh. Well, that'll be cool. Okay, we're just in single crochet land here now. Hope that goes smoothly. Speaking of, I should prep the 2 blocks that I want to do this month. Get working on those. I don't think, right, it's going to take like, I could probably carve both of them in one day. It's the clearing that's going to take forever. Because it's just tiny patches. I guess, right, when you're just doing a tiny little bit, like this, those spots, right, you could probably try to carve just around there. Like, you don't need to clear out the whole area. It's just more a question of like when you go to put on the pigments, can you keep it from hitting the sides there, right? The bad part is I've noticed that even if you've got like good separation, there's just like pigment can pick up in weird ways and you'll still see like a ridge line when you're printing, which is not good. But you can also, even if you don't have any pigment, you would get the Shomenzuri sort of effect where you're still getting the ridge potentially impressed into the paper. Hey Mimi! Happy Monday going on Tuesday. Hope you're doing well. Hey, Schmergel Papier. You know, I've been meaning to ask, is it Schmergel Papier? Papier? Is it German or is it Papier French? Either way, Schmergel, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. It's German, so, but I mean, it's not, it's pronounced papier then, as opposed to papier, which would be the French pronunciation. Because it's the same word in French. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, that's why I wasn't sure. I know French, and so it's the same word in French, and so I'm like, well, it's doubtful. Could be a mixture. Papier. You're okay. The only threat to you is that the mosquitoes will eat you. That sounds terrible, but preferable to the alternative. Schmergel is perfect. Okay. So we're making another whale here. I'm using a slightly bigger hook just to see how much of a difference that makes. I mean, we're talking slightly bigger hook. And I wanted to do the amended jog, meaning we're going to add on the next paper or the next color differently. How's Monday? It was fast. Holy cow, Monday went fast. You know, the worst part, I got done what I wanted to get done, which is good. But the next 3 days I'm in like a seminar conference, which means like not only I'm not going to get anything done, but I'm not going to get anything new done. I'm not going to get anything old done, and all the new stuff is going to be piling up. That's what I'm trying to say. Basically, like, I'm screwed. Oh no, those are mosquito bites? Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm sorry, Mimi. That's horrific. I first saw the picture, I'm like, what is, oh, it's a knee, that's a leg. Yikes. Mimi is being devoured alive by mosquitoes. I'm sorry. Oh, look at that, we're already done. We gotta do 2 more rounds of this. Oh, let me get rid of the... Today we're making a blue whale. Oh, I missed that. You needed medic help today because of the mosquito. Wow. That's terrible. I don't go out. I have a back deck. I do not go out on the back deck because the mosquitoes are atrocious here. I give up. It used to, like, even when I was only out there for say a few minutes watering plants, I'd started to get devoured. So I would only go out in long sleeve pants and shirt. And even then they'd be like trying to bite through it. Terrible. Terrible. Vicious little buggers. Well, we'll go with the obvious pun here of we're gonna have a whale of a time still. I don't know. We'll make some other things here. I wanted to test at least one other thing here. And I guess I should figure out how to do French knots on an Amigurumi surface. So that's probably our other goal for today, is to try to figure out the French knot on an Amigurumi surface. The mosquitoes have shoes and helmets. They're at war. Mosquitoes at war. Okay. We've got one more row here. So I will say, and I apologize for sharing this information.
Hello there.
Oh. tomorrow here is National Root Beer Float Day. National Root Beer Float Day, and the building where I work is going to be having free root beer floats. So that sounds terrible, I know. Hey, Winsing! Happy Monday. If you kill one, they will call the mosquito army and they will eat you. That's right. You may kill me, but my friends and family will devour you. National what? Oh, root beer. Root beer floats. Oh, right, root beer. A type of beverage made from, traditionally from the bark of a tree. But basically a soda, carbonated beverage, on ice cream. I do like root beer. Ice cream? You make me a frozen treat made from milk and sugar, heavy milk cream and sugar. How do you spell that? There you go. Chicken got it. Root beer. You like root beer and you like ice cream? Oh, you don't like the combo? When I have a root beer float, I typically I'll first enjoy them, like, you know, like take a scoop of ice cream with a spoonful of soda and put it together. But then I'll mix it all together to make like a slurry. It's delicious. And put the ice cream in the root beer, yep. Or you put the root beer on the ice cream. You heard root beer. Yeah, root beer. Root beer. Root beer. That's probably my Midwest accent coming out. Root beer. All right, we have a little whale cap. Now, if we compare whale caps, it is a bigger whale. And I was also crocheting more loosely. So we went with just a slightly bigger hook. Slightly bigger hook. In fact, it's just 0.5 millimeters. Ah! Fine. 0.5 millimeters more. And we have a ginormous whale now. Okay. The big brother. I'm gonna have a fleet of whales. In the Ukraine, they eat watermelon on bread. Huh. That sounds like it could be good. I mean, right? Fruit on bread. Hey, Gambit Mojo. How are you doing? You just came in from swimming, you need a shower. You want to know how to do Amigurumi? Hey, we'll pick up whenever you come in. Is it Walter? I think this is... Wait. What do we call this one? I forget. You know what? Let me... Okay. I'm just going to leave that in there because otherwise I would still have to deal with it. So I'll just leave it in there. You love the Italian appetizer where they eat the honeydew with the serrano ham? Ooh, yeah, that sounds delicious. Okay, so there's a technique apparently to minimize the jog. Oh, you know what? There's also an invisible increase. I should have tried that. We have not been having a trouble. Oh, you know, we can see the holes. There's apparently a way to slightly decrease the holes that appear. Oh yeah, this Doctor Who's. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. I need to get the whales up there. We're doing whales, no scarf yet. Yeah, I was gonna say this one's Moby Dick. Oh, that's right, because albino. Yeah. Okay, so well, I meant to try that. We should also try next time the more invisible increase. I know there was something in this book about a less pronounced join. That's right. Each whale will be better until we make the real thing. Make an actual whale out of yarn. Looks like the yarns that you were using. Novelty yarn. Oh, there it is. Jogless spiral. The simplest way to reduce the jog when you're changing a block from one color is to make a jogless spiral. Major advantage is that you can keep working in continuous spirals. It's fast, not only... At the end of the round, change color in the last loop of the stitch. Change color in the last loop of the last stitch as usual. For the first stitch, make a slip stitch instead of the single crochet. That slip stitch does count as a stitch. And you'll work back into it with the first stitch of the following round. Oh, okay. Can I show the book? Yeah. I got the left-handed version. It's June Gilbank. Okay. So I think that's pretty straightforward. So I can't show it. Oh, you can see it, right? The color join, you end up with this like step function, this marked where the color comes in. I put the tail there to make it less obvious, but there's a way to make that switch over a little less prominent, and that's what we're about to try. Yeah, it was nice to see that book had a left-handed version. I mean, otherwise, right, you just kind of flip everything. Hey, Sea Clown! How are you doing? Okay, so we're going to slip stitch here. How's the gritty goose? I have to show my ignorance here. What is the gritty goose from, and what does it signify? Other than a goose that is doing a shuffle? Oops. Okay. Oh, I see. Got it. Got it. You good? Very yucky day at work, but customer service. Yeah, I'm sorry. Bless you. You have no idea the gritty goose doesn't even look like that. But they did their best with the goose. You think gritty was at least popularized by an NFL player? Oh, yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah. I vaguely have that mental connection of like a American football celebration dance. Okay. Oh, I should I cut the wrong one. Just kidding. We're fine. No, we're fine. Don't worry. I'm just kidding. Hey, potato bun stew. How are you doing? Ah, we're making whales and headless people, or headless bodies. My Amigurumi doll head there is staring at everyone intently. Oh, you got back from Gen Con. Wow, how was it? I didn't realize Gen Con was last weekend. That's awesome. Were you, what did you prep anything? Was that your first time? All that stuff. Lots of people as always. You bought too many games. Some great troll gifts, decent games for your... Oh, nice. Oh, from your friend. Oh, that's cool. You had a friend there that was like selling stuff? That's awesome. You should make some plushies. You have some unused stuffing and a ton of yarn you need to go through. Well, I am definitely using... I bought a bunch of yarn that I'm like, when am I actually going to use this? And that's what all this is. And for some reason, the camera looks really dark. Hold on a second. Let me try to turn autofocus back on and see if we do any better. You legitimately have to get rid of games now? Uh-oh. This giant game has over 45 miniatures. Ooh. He was with him at the auction. You were with him at the auction. He thought it was the funniest thing, and everyone thought it was funny, so you got a pirate hat and a patch for being annoyed. That sounds like it was a great time. Where is that? That's in, yeah, Indianapolis. Okay. Hey, Nonsense Stitches. Happy Monday. Hope you're having a good one. We're just Potato Bun Stew went to Gen Con. That was a gift. Good game, but yeah, I was going to say that's a problem, right? Some stuff just takes up way too much space. I can totally commiserate. I'll be going to PAX Unplugged, the board gaming convention in November. And at this point, my tolerance for buying games is like really high. In other words, right? Like it better be something I absolutely cannot live without, which is saying a lot. Or it has to be really, really small. Hey, Corin. Check out a game called Vantage, like a D&D RPG that everyone can be active in. Oh, okay. But it has finite rules, so it's easy to follow, even if there's a lot of working parts. Oh, that's fun. When astronauts go into space, they have to plan what they pack. They really have to plan it. You said plan too much. No, no, Gambit. You said plan just the perfect number of times. It's a co-op, so you have a mission that you're trying to solve together. Oh, okay. We played Blades in the Dark a few months ago on stream. Blades is a type of RPG, or D&D type of RPG that's designed to be more about the storytelling and that sort of a thing. So less about the rule sets and more about the storytelling. Those are fun. Those are fun. It's nice to see other types of approaches to game gameplay and storytelling crop up. Okay, so 1, 2. And then we're going to decrease here. Whoa. Uh-oh. I'm gonna get behind here. 6 players? That's nice. So you get a lot of people that can join in. That's good. Bunch of storytelling and everything. It has an interaction. You can't read it. Other people have to read it to you. Oh, okay. Nice. Your air fryer is cooking some lean turkey meat. Lean turkey meat, like turkey bacon. Although, come to think of it, I don't think turkey bacon is lean. I think it's the fattier turkey. Hey Daioh, how are you doing? Yeah, we got another whale. Or something. You scroll through a lot of the shard projects on Discord today. They're also amazing. We've had a lot of cool projects and other people doing some awesome work in here. Very neat. It's always great to see what other people are working on too, right? Kind of be inspiring about other things to try or techniques to try and that sort of a thing. Oh, hey, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Welcome. Feel free to lurk or say howdy, whatever you're comfortable with. We're just making another whale here today. Or trying. Hey, Real Dan Fitz, how are you doing? You're having a good one. Say, Real Dan Fitz, meet Real Chicken Meister. We have a proliferation of people who have had other people take their names. I'm sorry. The real folks, that's right. It's all real. Nice chill Monday evening here in London. Nice. Well, welcome. Thanks for saying howdy. You working on any projects currently, or any fiber art stuff or other hobbies? We recently finished a really large crochet project. And recently finished a really large crochet project, so now we're doing small crochet projects. Now we're doing the smaller projects. I cannot find my safety eyes, by the way. I looked. Like, where does one put safety eyes? I don't know, because I can't find them. So we're gonna be, we don't have any, I don't know where my baggie of eyeballs is. They have a blue tick, the real people? Yeah, I don't know. I don't see a blue tick next to chicken. I don't think he's not the real chicken master. You're caulking up alpaca? I don't know what that verb is, but it sounds painful. Are you caking up? Caking up alpaca, or are you coughing up alpaca? Hopefully it's caking. With the crochet stuff. The blue tick? Wait. It's everywhere. Blind whales. I know, they are going to be blind. I mean, this poor whale has stitch markers for eyeballs right now. We will get you eyes. Don't worry. Oh, yeah, right. It's with the crocheting stuff, so it's everywhere. Yeah, that's probably right. I will stumble across them eventually, and I'll be like, why did I put them here? It's just, no, that was just an empty bag. If only that had safety eyes in it. You're not working anything currently? Been a year-long depression, which you're finally coming out of, feels like? Oh, I'm sorry. You hope to get your laser cutter engravers back up running soon. Oh, nice. Oh, that's cool. Do you have stuff that you normally engrave or cut? Caking. You are caking. That's good. Did I look in the freezer? I did not. That's a good idea, though. Get the goofy eyes. Like the little, what are they called? Why am I blank? Googly eyes. Googly eyes? Hold on. They're only $4.59. They're only $4.59, and they can be here tomorrow. I could get them at 4 a.m. with a qualifying order of 25 or more. Or just use buttons. Or we could have googly eyes. I don't know. I kind of feel a need. Yes, from the name that you trust. Flay. It makes you wonder, like, how do they name these things other than randomly? Look at Bufflay. Googly eyes are glued on though. Well, maybe if I were going to get, oh, I can get 700 and wait, how many? Wait, it's the same one. It's just twice as much. Well, we're definitely ordering this one. With the googly eyes stayed on. I don't know. I mean, it might be worth it just to have a googly-eyed whale. All right, well, I will keep that under consideration. Yeah, right. I imagine. Wait. Hold on a second. Something is not right with the lighting on this thing. Ah, that's it. Okay. That's better. Okay, we only have 2 rows left here. So I guess I will stuff. That's pretty good. It's not seamless. But that's good. I'm not gonna overstuff this one. I'm gonna just like lightly stuff it. Alright, so now we're going to single crochet. Feed it whale? Wait. You want me to feed the whale whale? You got these safety eyes? It's on the small octopus. Oh, nice. Those are nice. Although I'm not sure about that clown. I'm not sure about that clown thing in the upper left. Kind of frightening. It really makes me, I like, where would I have put safety eyes? Oh, hey, Corin, did you see about de minimis? The US? De minimis is going away. We had been talking about de minimis months ago when everything first erupted. Yeah, Dave shared something. I wonder, like, how is it going to hit just postal mail? You started the cup of the sock. Hey, wow. You're almost done then, right? And you're back. That was quick. We've so I forget when de minimis. They're Corin linked a whole video with the history of de minimis and everything in the US. But in the US, the de minimis has been like $800 or something like that for a long time. Not like a super long time, but for a sizable amount of time. But that is now going away. It sounds like completely, which is a little bit shocking. So it's going to upend a lot of stuff. The thing it's going to upset most is things like those Google eyes, right? Those googly eyes that were like $450. They'll likely shoot way up in price because they're going to get whatever duty fees put on them and all that stuff. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Sounds like BS to you, honestly. Really excited to work on things after this. Yeah, me too, right? That'll be fun. I'm glad you're getting close to the end there, Knots and Stitches. Congratulations. It's like in the home stretch, the last mile. What Dave shared is that all the crap is contingent to the Postal Service having a working system to exact those duties. Well, right. I mean, that's ultimately the problem, right? Not the Google, yeah, not my googly eyes. Got to get those eyes in before the tax is on them. You bet they ain't. Oh, well, they don't have it. They don't have it. So either that means like stuff will just keep going through, or like nothing will go through. To cite, duty-free de minimis treatment under 19 U.S. Code, blah, 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 shall remain available for postal shipments until notification by the Secretary to the President that adequate systems are in place to fully and expeditiously process and collect duties applicable for postal shipments, otherwise eligible for duty-free de minimis treatment. After such notification, duty-free de minimis treated under 19 shall not be available for postal. Okay. So, yeah. Okay. So they have to put something in place, and yeah, you're right. There's no way in hell that that's getting in place anytime soon. All right. I could probably do a little bit more stuffing in there. Actually, you know what? We want the bottom to be a little bit more flat, probably, right? It feels like big bullying. You know, I will just say that is the norm. That is the norm. And let's just leave it at that if we can. This decrease is a little bit weird because it feels, I mean, I guess it eventually does like pucker in. No, I think the really important thing is I should order those Ghibli books like right now. Ghibli books right now. All the Ghibli movies. Just order them all. Just to be safe. Right? Right? The googly books, yeah, that's right. You came from the stream of German political content creator? Oh, I'm sorry, that sounds awful. Yeah, that's why we don't talk politics here, Schmergle. That's why we don't do politics here. I'm not even responding to that. Sorry. Sorry, gotta go somewhere else for that shit. Yeah, no worries. I have to deal with a certain amount of that in everything that I do at work. So it's nice to be able to come and not have to like think about it or have to worry about it. And focus on what I can actually influence. You remember they announced the removal of de minimis rule for China a few months ago? I wonder if that ever... Yeah, that's where we had the whole start of it, because the question was going to be what's going to happen to Tenmu. And all the cheap houses and stuff, right? All the whatever. But presumably it falls under the same thing that Corin quoted, which is they can say they'll remove it all you want, but you have to way to enforce it, just like any other change. If you don't have a way to enforce it, and in this case that means the appropriate mechanisms in place to collect the duties, then you have two choices. The entire system grinds to a halt, or you wait until you get the system in place. And I guess it's an open question as to like which choice will happen. Hey, sure, Misfire. Sort of. We're still eyeless. I wanted to make one more. I wanted to make one more to try out some other things. Okay, so yeah, it came out really well. I mean, other than the eyeballs, but even the eyeballs kind of look like it's you know, that emoji that's kind of the flat look, kind of looks like that. Like, oh, please. Like, I'm just swimming along, leave me alone. Okay, so the question here is how do I'm too good. That's right. I'm too good for all of you. See you. All right, so again, now we're at the end of this. If I wanted to sew this in, exit stage, right? If I wanted to sew this in to do the closure thing, question is, how do I start? You end up doing, I basically need to take the tail and into each of the 6 remaining stitches, go from the inside to the out of the outer loop. And then I can like cinch that closed. But what I don't understand is, do I first pull this thread through? It feels like I should do that. Like I should pull the thread through. Let me check the book again. Okay. Yeah, I guess that's what we do. I'm doing it the fancy way. All right, let's try it this way. So the colors work this time? Wait, which colors? I feel like I'm missing something on YouTube. Am I missing anything on YouTube? The answer is probably no. Okay, I think I'm fine. Oh, on the whale. Yes, they worked this time. Okay, so again, we're going like out to in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we got now a little pucker. Okay. All right, yeah, well, there we go. That did it. So you basically close it like a magic ring. And then you go through the blowhole. Oh, look at that! Action. All right. Aw. Okay, I definitely use a lot less stuffing. But not that much bigger. I use less stuffing, so it's less plump. But it's got more, it's more shapeable. You do that with a small octopus, very satisfying. It is very satisfying, right? It's like, shoop. And look, I could, oh, wait a minute, hold on. Oh, I don't have a felter or anything here. I need like a carding. I need to make this really frizzy, like a blast of water. Okay, I'm sorry. Arr, she blows. Yar, yar, ye matey. Arr. Okay. Let us make until I get where I was going with that. Yeah, if I could like frizz that out even more, it was just like a. But I would need like something to frizz the yarn. All right, let's make our tail. We're gonna chain 8. Okay. chain 8, double crochet in the third chain from the hook. 1, 2, 3. A wire brush? Yeah, that would be. I don't have one. That's the problem. I don't have anything on hand. Okay. Half double crochet. No. Double crochet. Half double crochet. Two slip stitches. Two slip stitches, half double crochet, and then double crochet, double crochet, and then a single crochet. All right, there's our tail fin. I could have made that a little bit longer. Do I have the steel wool thingy for cleaning pots? I probably have one upstairs. I have a carding brush upstairs. I could use that. It's not nearby. Ooh, we're fine. Okay, so there we go. We'll sew in this end as well. One nice thing about this like really thick yarn is you can hide anything in it. There we go. So I can still put the tail here on the color change. Gotta check something at work real quick here. Okay. Should be good. Yeah, I should have made that a little bit longer. We'll be fine. Oh, that's funny. That didn't seem to secure on as nicely as the last one. There we go. All right. All right. You got a nice little tail there. Okay, where I put these on the side last time, I think. It was like exactly the side. I guess it's this? Oops. Is about where I did those? I think so. I almost kind of like that a little bit better. Okay, but you're sweating. Oh, the jacket's getting warmer on your lap as it grows. The yeah, that blanket was getting pretty warm after a while too. That's one challenge of doing fiber art stuff in summer. You're currently thinking of how to wing a glove, but you think you'll stick to a mitten easier considering short pack. Yeah, I was gonna say good luck. A mitten sounds challenging enough. You have a great start, for sure. Okay, I have no idea how to get in here with this massive hook. Sorry, whale.
Hello there.
There we go. Yeah, I know, it's cruel, this whale hunting. Kind of like this, like, oh no, there she blows. It's fine. You have the same problem with your Tunisian crochet blanket. DK weight cotton, so it's thick and heavy. Shove it off to the side to keep it from being on your lap. Have it on a table, maybe. Oh man, I'm supposed to single crochet in there again? Do they have names? This is like Moby Dick. Moby. I don't know that the blue one here has a name yet, though. Open to names. Hmm. You started to make a huge granny robe blanket for your bed years ago out of all the scrap yarns your mother never wanted. You got to the border, put it in a box, and forgot about it. Oh, should finish it. Hey, that sounds like a good project to finish off. I'd be curious if you kept the hook you were using with it, so you knew which hook you're supposed to be using. I guess you could always test and figure it out. That would be my problem. I'd be like, I have no idea what I'm doing. You've also wanted to try Tunisian crochet. It looks stunning. Yeah, that's on my list of ones to try. That would be fun to do at some point. It'd be great to see what Sure Misfire's working on. You have many of those abandoned, forgotten. Yeah. Edge. Send it to me. I will border it. Maybe. I will border it and keep it for you. I will store it for free for you. Free storage at my place. Okay, this is kind of cute. Yeah, many thousands of abandoned projects. I mean, many abandoned projects. 6mm hook that, oh, well, hey, there you go. You're looking for a pick. Nice. That's good you remember that. I'd be like, but it had a color. It had a color. I don't remember what the color of the hook was. Yeah, there we go. Oh, I don't want it to be that low. I want to go like in there. One of the big problems with old projects, when you do try years later, start doing flashcards with notes, which hook you used. Oh, there you go. And the gauge, how it worked out. You couldn't find the old one, so you posted a new pic in Discord. Tunisian mosaic. Ooh. Wow, look at that. That's beautiful. I love the colors too. Yeah, that's great. What's the what's that marker there for? Oh, that's awesome. How far along is this? Like, where are you in the overall thing? Looking awesome. Oh, stitching effects. You didn't do a drop in that area. Okay. Ah. You can fix it later. Secretly. You have one more design repeat, so roughly 70%. And then edging. Well, we know how that goes. It's the best part of the project. All right, I did it. Secret crochet fixes. Urgh. Oh wait, it's just single crochet. Yeah, that's right. Last week we were edging all week long. A whole week of edging. My goodness. That was that was the blanket, crochet blanket that we were wrapping up. It's this Persian tile. And the edging was 6 rows on the outside. So it took about 6 days. You think you're 75 hours in the project? Oh wow. Threatening to be your longest. Well, it's beautiful. It's coming along really great. You'd have had over 100 with the same result. Where were you? Well, if it means anything, we'll be edging again at some point in the future, I'm sure. Right now, it's whale piercing. Just pierce the whale. It's fine. It doesn't feel a thing. There. Where's the Humane Society? Don't worry. It's for the whale's own good. It's giving it an arm. Stunning. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm glad to have that project done, though. That was a big project. Oh, man. Okay, we can do this. Come on. You know what? There. Whew. Just use a smaller hook. End up like ripping the poor whale. All right. Whew. All right, let's sew these in. Oh yeah. From edging to blowholes. Yeah, you're gonna try to block that Tunisian crochet. Puffer pop. Oh no. Why is that little birdie popping? Edging and blowhole. I know, right? But that's like every day in Fiber Heartland, man. Oh no. As for blocking. I was trying to mute it. That's funny. That music is probably going to get me DMCA'd. You totally missed the message. Oh yeah. You're gonna have to wash it. You always feel like it's important to clean stuff before you give it away. Oh nice. Yeah. Washing will be considered blocking. Well, right, yeah, right. That's just maybe not stretching it. This lady, she always makes fun of the blocking process. People think they can make something that they made small magically big. That's not how blocking works. All right, we've got our whale. There we go. We got another whale. We'll get them eyeballs at some point. Okay, so the butt went a little bit better. We did the whatever. I stuffed it less. It's a little bit understuffed probably. Like it definitely could use some more stuffing. But I mean it holds its shape fine. So that's good. It stays flatter a little bit better because it is understuffed, so that's good. So somewhere in between would probably be an ideal stuffing. And I think the fin, I did a better job with the fins on this one. Beginner's luck. What was the other thing? And this came out, the closure came out a lot better. Like it looks okay here, it's fine, but it was more seamless here. So the one thing that would be good to try next time is the seamless increase. It's a minor variation on an increase, but it can help reduce the holes that can pop in. There's nothing too pronounced there, maybe like there, when you're doing increases. So, all right, well, there we go. Little Walter. The only picture you can find of this scrap granny blanket is when you took an Instagram in 2019. Yeah, if you want to post an image link, or Instagram. Well, there you go, right? It's six years in hibernating, waiting to be finished. Ooh, that's nice. That's looking good. So it's like a scrap yarn, you said? That's perfect. It's a nice selection of different, solids and different textured yarns. That's very cool. It's yearning to be finished. Yearning to be finished. Good luck. That would be great to see finished. All the yarn she didn't want. Yeah, that's perfect. You're going to now? Great. No, that's awesome. Good luck. How do you know, like, how far along is it? Do you pretty close or? Oops. We're getting time to read some Bleach. Look at this schmexy bookmark. this giant piece of bacon that I have in my book. Okay, there's a fair amount of text in this chapter. So we're going to get rolling here. We're going to continue. We'll continue with the whales tomorrow. We'll probably make one more whale at least. And we've got to figure out the eyeball situation. I wish I had time to search for eyeballs. And I'm somehow noticing that the fins are like completely off here. Oh, I guess like if I like... That's better. You did a row of the border. It took so long because without the border, it was the size of UK king size bed. Oh, wow. Plan on 4 rows. Okay. Wait. 4 rows left? Remaining? All right. Let's read some Bleach. Oh, 4 rows total border. Wow. Okay. 3 left. Oh, nice. Okay. Well, there you go. You're almost there. Hey, that's even more incentive. So close. We posted the last blanket you did on Discord. You're doing the same now with black, red, and Lila? Ooh. I'll check that out. Oh, that's really nice. Very, very nice. Corner to corner, yeah. I have a, unbeknownst to me, it was corner to corner. I had started an Afghan, not like this, but a similar corner to corner. I need to finish that off. Oh, purple. Okay. Ooh, red, black, and purple. All right. Very nice. Well, cool. Oop, wrong one. That is lovely. Oh, you all do such beautiful work. Yeah, beautiful fall colors, like a forest floor. Okay, we're gonna do a little Bleach reading. We might read some Azumanga Daioh. We'll get back to some knitting. We're gonna work on our Doctor Who scarf. If you haven't seen this, oops, wrong one. We are working on this scarf that is in the upper left there. The double knit scarf. It's got the TARDIS, some Gallifreyan on the right, big clock on the left. So we'll be working on that after we read some Bleach. So let's read some Bleach. That's what you're aiming for. Then it turned out like a GDR interior, 70-ish. Well, I mean, that's not fair, right? 70s colors were very much brown and gold. It looks more like a forest floor. Here, should I leave this here? Your other half will go crazy for that scarf. I'm going crazy for this scarf because it's taken frickin' forever. We are, we're maybe about 70% of the way through with this scarf, but it's been taking a long time. We did the Tom Baker scarf back in October, and naive me was like, oh, that only took a month. This scarf will take like maybe 2 months. 6 months later. All right. Oh, and don't forget, we're watching Julia Child again. We're watching Julia Child again, so we'll continue with that. We're on fruit tarts. Fruit tarts. Oh, all right. Let me get the Bleach ready. Bleach, volume 28, chapter 249. Oh crap! I've got my homeowners association meeting tonight. Well, we'll do what we can. So we're not going to read. We won't have time to read Galaxy Express tonight. That's sad. Bleach, volume 28. Chapter. We'll be asleep. Well, I may wish I was asleep. Okay. Okay. Let's get through Bleach here so we can get back to some knitting. Oh, close to midnight? Yeah, that's not good. All right. Well, let's get through Bleach then. Here we go. All right, let's read chapter 249 of Bleach, Back to the Innocence. The 5 have split up in between these 5 corridors. They did their whole hand. Renji did a little thing, said a little statement, and they split. So that's everyone splitting to their own little corner, their own hallway. And they just left these guys here. Ichimatta de yansuna. So that's Don Chaka, whatever his name's saying. They went. They left. And again, he says deyansu. That's just how he ends his sentences. And ichimata, shimao, meaning like, they just went. They just went. And there's like nothing we can do about it. Watashira wa do suru. As for us, how do? What are we going to do? 今から引き返してもやっぱり危ないことには変わらないでやんすしね. Okay. From here, from now, even if retrace steps, so even if we go back from here, as one would expect, as for to dangerous event, not changing, it's not doing that. It doesn't change how dangerous it is. So basically, even if we go back now, as you would expect, it doesn't change how dangerous it is. What did I want to double check? Oh, hiki kaeru. Kayasu. Yeah, to retrace one's steps. Okay, so that's all good. Neru looks determined. Off she goes. Ah! Doko ikunda, Neru? Where going now? So where are you going now? Ichigo o kakerutsu. Ichigo. We'll chase after Ichigo. Oh. Yeah. O kakeru. To chase after, to run after, pursue. O kakeru tatte omae. Okay, what does tate mean there? I guess like this is just repeating that, like chasing after you. Neruhatsu. No, Neru wa. As for Nell, Neru wa koko made tanosukatta yo. Tanosukattasu. As for Nell, to this point, to this place, it was fun. So Nell had fun coming to this point. Sugoku tanosukattasu. It was incredibly fun. Mada Neru wa Ichigo tatsu to issho ni iitaisu. Still, as for Nell, Ichigo and everyone, that's Ichigo Tachi, with them together, wanting to exist. So I want to be together with Ichigo and everyone still. Aww. Done. Off she goes. Neru. They're looking at each other. Yosh, watashi tachi mo. All right, we too. Iku de yansu. Let's go. Bah. I don't appear to be getting any closer. Dore dakke? Which was it again? Which one was it again? Neru ga heitta no? Nell entered one. So which one was it again? The one that Nell went into? All right. Back to the Innocents, kind of the splash page. We're switching scenes here. That's a footstep. Back to Urukiora. We get an image of Inoue. Aizen-sama to sono okokoro no tame ni. So this is a flashback to what they were talking about. For the purposes of the like heart, mind, and spirit of Lord Aizen. This is a whole thing about like, what is your body and mind for? They are for basically the purpose of his heart, the heart, kokoro of Lord Aizen. Daioh ga mieta no wa ishun ka? Daioh ga mieta no wa. As for the thing that was, well, hold on. What is Daioh? Disturbance, shaking, trembling. Disturbance that was visible. As for that, in an instant, question mark? Like shaking, trembling, unrest that was visible. It was an instant, question mark. Ore no toi ni wa, as for to my query, mayu hitotsu ugokasanakatta na. And as for to my query, mayu hitotsu, like an eyebrow? Mayu, yeah, mayu's one eyebrow didn't raise, didn't move. She didn't move one eyebrow to my question. I assume that means a similar statement as in English. Gijo na onna da. It is a Kijo woman. Kijo, stout-hearted, firm. She is a stout-hearted, firm woman. Yo, hey. Oh. Do datta yo. How was it? How'd it go? Petto-sama no goyousu wa? As for the appearance of Lady Pet, yosu, the state of affairs, the appearance. So yeah, this is basically so like how's she doing? But he calls Inoue Petto-sama. So like Lord or Lady Pet. Noitara. I guess that's this person's name. Shitteru ze. Oh, this is them talking. Like, I know, I'm familiar. Aizen-sama ni ano onna no se wa ichinin sareten daro? Oishii yo na? Okay, by Lord Aizen, that woman's care, ichinin, a duty was made, right? Ichinin, interesting. Whoa, hey. Okay, so entrusting was done for the care of that woman by Lord Aizen, right? So meaning you were. How tasty, how delicious, isn't it? Hey, Jura, thank you for the boob shine. How are you doing? De, well, dono hen made shitsuketa? Shitsuke. Shitsukeru is to discipline, to teach manners. So then, like, whereabouts having taught manners? Donohen. Yeah, like up until what point have you taught manners? Something like that. Anyway. How's the violence doing today? I don't know. We made really cute whales, so hard to talk about violence with the cute whales. Gesuga. What is that? Lower life form? Yeah. Sleazebag. Sleazebag, low life. Done. Oh. Kari kari sunnayo. Kari kari sunnayo. I drove a hook into Walter. Lies. No evidence. Kari kari. Don't do kari kari. Oh, don't be crispy, right? Don't be crispy. What was it? Don't be grumpy. Don't be grumpy. Zaring. Umaku yatte no ka tte kiiteru dake ja ne ka? Ah? Umaku yatte no ka? So basically, skillfully doing it. Is it going skillfully? Are you doing it well? That thing asking is just that, isn't it that? So I'm just asking, is it going well? Right? Isn't it that? Well. Ah. Ki ni naru ka? Are you concerned? Is it concerning? Zuibun to ki no chisai koto da na. It's very much a small-spirited thing. What is this? Ki no chisai. Timid, faint-hearted, wimpish. So are you concerned? Question mark? It's very much a timid, faint-hearted, wimpish thing it is, isn't it? Huh? Shinpai suru na. Don't worry. Don't worry. Ano onna wa sude ni Huecomundo ni hairu izen kara Aizen sama no juchu da. Oh, it's a jutsu. A trick. Okay. Don't worry. As for that woman, already too late. Before entering Huecomundo, it's the trick of Lord Aizen. This is like in the, well, jutsu here again, it's like, it says trick, but it's like in the middle of the technique. So meaning his like hypnotism or whatever. So basically she was in the middle of his Lord Aizen's hypnotism, his trick, even before entering Huecomundo. Rei no kyoka suigetsu ka? The aforementioned kyoka suigetsu, is it that? That is Aizen's sword, right? Mirror, flower, water, moon. We saw back in Soul Society. Masaka, unbelievable. Sore o tsukau hodo no mono demo nai. So, unbelievable or wholly that thing using extent of a thing not. So he's basically saying like there was no reason to use that thing. He says that thing, and again we see the kanji for Aizen's sword. Onna ni wa kochira e maneta jiten de. As for to the woman, at the point of time of being beckoned to this place, and this place is Huacamundo, 多重に真理の檻をかけてある。many heaviness, many layered, multiplex, shinri no ori, like a cage. A ori would be like a woven item. No, but it's like a different kanji. Yeah, a cage, ori. A cage of shinri, of like truth or mentality psychology placed in. So, yes, as for to her, at the point of time of being beckoned, invited to Huacamundo, to this place, being placed into a cage of a state of mind of like multiple layers, or a multiplex state of mind cage. And kakete meaning being like affixed or attached or things like that. Okay. This is getting weird. Nakama no inochi o tate ni kyohi funou na joutai de toko o meijita. Tate ni. What is this tate? It's got, the right side is shield, but it's got extra stuff. Okay, it all is still shield, but what? Oh, this is to oppose. Okay. And kyohi funo, like impossibility to refuse. Okay, so the lives of friends, the lives of her friends, in the condition, in the state of like not being possible to refuse, the lives of friends doing an order, toko. Oh, that's just to resist. Yeah, to surrender. Did order to surrender with the condition of like refusal impossibility. Yeah, refusal. Uno being impossible. And again, something about, shielding the lives of friends. Maybe that's it. With the circumstance or situation of refusal impossibility, like, or shielding the lives of friends. Yeah, okay, that makes more sense. Basically, if she wanted to shield the lives of her friends, the circumstances were not possible to refuse, did that as an order to surrender. そして、その後に、12時間の猶予を与え、and in addition, その後, afterwards, 12 hours of yuyo granted, gave her 12 hours of yuyo, postponement. 誰にも気づかれぬことを条件に仲間の一人に別れを告げることを許可した。And gave permission to the event of basically telling farewell to one of friends towards the condition of the event not being noticed by anyone. Okay, so that's a recap of that. そいつが檻か? That is a cage. Like that's what you're calling a cage. そいつが檻か? 切迫した状況下で扶養を与え granting postponement in the lower circumstances of seppaku of pressure, urgency. I guess this is like under the circumstances. So granting a reprieval, granting a deferment under the conditions of having done pressure, urgency, 仲間に別れを告げることを許可することで and through the event of doing permission for doing, again, telling, announcing farewell to friends, 女の心はこちらに情けをかけられたと誤認し、わずかに緩む。As for the kokoro of the woman, as for the heart, mind, spirit of the woman, to this place, nasake. Oh, compassion. Compassion being bestowed, that gonin, that false confirmation. Yeah, that mistaking, that misrecognition. Doing mistaking, doing misrecognition of being sympathetic in this direction. As for the kokoro of the woman, very much, or no, it was a small yurumu. Became loosened. Become less tense. Wait, wazukani.
Oh, ha, 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 ha.
Wazukani means just a small amount, right? Yeah, merely slightly. Okay. So the kokoro of the woman of her became slightly loosened, less tense because of this. Shikashi, but 実際には as for in reality, 12時間という猶予は as for the deferment called 12 hours, 仲間を盾に思考を宣言された状態ではないに等しく。As for the reality of the deferment called 12 hours, shielding the friends, shiko, like thinking, thought or consideration of shielding a friends as or with the circumstances of causing the control, the restriction, not existing, nai ni hitoshiku, not equivalent? Nai ni hitoshiku. I guess hitoshiku is going to be equivalent. As or with a circumstance being made with a restriction of thoughts towards saving friends, shielding friends, it was equivalently to nothing? Okay, so the reality was that the deferment called 12 hours was equivalent to nothing, or was not equivalent to the circumstances of being made to restrain, limit the thoughts to shielding friends. Okay. さらには、自ら相手を選んでお別れを告げさせることで、with the event of allowing announcement of farewell to a chosen partner of oneself, all the more, 強制的な投稿で with a coercion? With a coercion. With a coercive surrender, ari nagara, while that is existing, Mizukara no ishi de eranda ka no yo na sakaku o okosu. While existing under a coercive surrender, with one's own will, a chosen manner of sakaku, optical illusion causing an illusion, a misapprehension, delusion, in the manner of, like, I guess, choosing with one's own will while she was existing under, like, strong coercion of surrender. Okay, so basically he's explaining how he gaslighted her. Got it. Thank you. 2 pages of extremely tedious... Oh, look, we're not done. そしてその後に, and then after that, 自らの足で, with one's own legs, 指定した場所まで来させ, to the point of the designated place moving. So she moved on her own, with her own legs, to the designated place. そこからHuecomondoへ運ぶことで, and from that place to Huecomondo, with the event of transporting その錯覚は, that illusion, より強く心に刻まれ, being like engraved strongly in the heart. That illusion engraved strongly in the kokoro, heart, mind, spirit. 脱出の意志さえ緩やかに溶かしていく. The desire or the will for escaping, yuruyaka. I guess gently dissolving and going away. Okay. The desire to escape, the will to escape, all that. Sarani, and all the more, this person's like, I'm sorry I asked. Yes, we are all sorry you asked. Oh, look. Sarani, and all the more, 誰にも気づかれず一人にのみ別れを告げさせるということは、as for the event called, like, announcing farewell to only one person without anyone noticing, as for that event, 逆に言えば, if say it conversely, or if you say it another way, 一人のみ別れを告げた痕跡を残すことができるということだ. If you say it another way, it's the event called finishing or being possible of the event of remaining traces, vestiges of having announced farewell to only one person. 痕跡. Yeah, the traces or vestiges. So, それがなんだ? That is what? So, like, what does that mean? そんなことされちまったら失敗じゃねえのか? That sort of a thing being allowed to happen, if it was allowed to happen, a failure, isn't it? So if you let that happen, wasn't that a mistake? Wasn't that a failure? 逆だ. It's the opposite. It's the reverse. 別れを告げた痕跡は? As for vestiges announcing farewell, 投稿の循環まで自らの意思と行動の自由があったことを示す動かぬ証拠となる。The up until the instant of surrender, one's own will, freedom of movement, existed event expressing, not movement, proof becoming. Wait, ugokanu. Ugokanu. Not moving, proof becomes. Becomes proof, not moving, expressing the event of the existence of freedom of movement and will of oneself up until the moment of surrender. He's basically reiterating what we've already sort of heard from many, right? We heard, well, yeah, there we go. Remember the dialogue between the all-captain, whatever his name is, Yamamoto or Yama, whatever. Yeah, saying like she's a traitor, she chose to do this, blah, blah, blah. Okay. つまり、その痕跡が強く残れば残るほど, what that means is that those vestiges, those traces, strong, if remaining to the extent that they remain, 女の行動は仲間たちの目に自らの意志による裏切りと映る。As for the movements of the woman, to the eyes of the friends, it transmits that it is due to the will of the self-betrayal. So basically, it tells to her friends, it transmits to the friends that it is a betrayal due to her own choice, the will of oneself. Okay.
Hello there.
Whatever. 最後に関しては完全な成功とはいかなかったようだが In the very end, as for doing a connection, perfect or complete success, as for with that, いかなかったようだが I guess it didn't go, it appears, but Ikanakatta daga. Yeah, I guess we'll just go with that. As for like a perfect success and like the relationship in the end, ikanakatta daga. It was a not going manner. But それでもソウルソサエティに関してはほぼ手を引いたと見ていいだろう。In any case, by the Soul Society, as for doing relationships, as for being connected, hobolte. I guess approximate hand. Roughly the hand withdrawing, looking at it that way is good, right? It's good if you look at it that this Soul Society has like withdrawn the hand approximately, roughly. And that it's related to that, I guess. Okay. よく考えられてな. Well thought about, hasn't it? Or basically, you thought about that a lot, didn't you? さすがは愛禅様ってとこか? As for as expected, talking about Lord Aizen, it's that place. よく考えられてる. Being well thought of, being well thought over. Asobida, it's a game. Which, well, let's see what he means. Asobida, it's a game. こんなものはAizen様にとってはな. Yeah. As for this sort of a thing, to Lord Aizen, that's what it is. So as for to someone like Lord Aizen, this is a game. Hamareba yosh. Hamareba. If do that, it's good. Hamareba. If. Okay, so hamareru means to fit, to get into, but it can also mean to get caught, to be deceived. So if taken in, if deceived, fine. Hamarazu tomo yosh. And if not deceived, then fine. Izure ni shiro. That which is basically like in any case. Izure ni shiro. Yeah. In any case. Ima ano onna ni wa koko kara nigeru chikara nado nai. In any case, now, as for to that woman, from this place, running strength and things like that do not exist. So that woman right now has no strength, power to run away from here. Hamukao ishimo. Even the will for Hamukao. To strike back, to bite back, to oppose. Sono chikara mo na. That strength also, you know. So she also doesn't have the strength to the will to fight back. Oppose. Okay, well there she is. Yoku kita ne. Like you did well to come, didn't you? Oh, she's flashing back to when she arrived. Okay, so yeah, we're in a flashback. That's Aizen likely speaking. Yoku kita ne, orihime. Kyu na yobidashi de sumanai. Urgent or sudden summoning with that sorry. So sorry for the sudden or urgent summoning. Yobidasu. Kimi ni misete okitai mono ga atte ne. To you, wanting to show thing exists. There's something I want to show you. Rori, menori, that's these ladies. Roli, like loli or roli, whatever you want to say. Rori and menori. Sagatte kure. Do the favor of stepping back. Basically, get out of here. Huh. Yes, sir. Well, actually, this is probably like they're pausing. Shikashi, but. Aizen-sama to kono you na mono o futarikiri ni wa. With Lord Aizen, this manner of thing or person, just two people, as for to that. So basically, like, we can't leave you alone with this sort of a person. Shitsurei shimashita. So, like, we did a rudeness, which is either they're asking forgiveness or they're also saying they're about to leave. How much more is this chapter? Oh my gosh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nani o ana onna. Who is she, that woman? Jealous. Button. That's the door slamming. Sate, well. Kore o mite kurenai ka? This thing, will you not do the favor of looking? So would you not take a look at this? Su. Orihime. King. Su. Go. Ko. Oh, I guess that's a... I would normally have said dokun, but it looks like a bakun. Kind of like a dunk. Nani? Kono kanji? What is it? This feeling? Moshikashite kore ga? Perhaps this thing. Wakaru yo da na? Understanding it appears, isn't it? So you appear to understand. Kore ga hōgyoku da yo. This thing is the hōgyaku. This thing is the hōgyaku. The crumbling gem. This is the thing that he plucked from Kuchiki. Shunkanteki kakusei o kurikaeshita okage de yaya suijaku shite wa iru ga. Q. Okay, so instantaneous kakusei. Kakusei. Bullhorn? Wait, what? Instantaneous. Oh, that's right. The waking up arousal. Repeatedly, thanks to that. Thanks to having done repeated instantaneous waking arousals, it's very much yaya sui. Yaya, it's a little. It's slightly suijaku, slightly weak. Yeah, weak. As for that, existing. So it's basically slightly weak. Kakujitsu ni kanzen na kakusei e to susundeiru. I guess, in reality, towards perfect awakening is proceeding. So in reality, it is proceeding towards perfect or complete awakening. All right. Ugh. Horo no arankaru ka. So arankaru, transformation of hollows. Oken no sosei, and the manufacture of the Oken, which is the king key. Yeah, creation. Okay. どちらもこの方逆なくしてはなし得ない。Whichever one, the Arankata transformation of hollows or the creation of the Oken, whichever one it is, as for without this whole gyaku, as for without this crumbling gem, nashi yanai, it wouldn't be possible. It would be impossible without it. Yeah. Kimi ni kore o miseta koto wa, as for the event of having shown this thing to you, watashi kara kimi e no shinrai no akashi da to omotte kure. From me to you, confidence, proof of confidence, doing the favor of thinking, or I guess maybe conveying. Shinrai is confidence, reliance. Basically, I'm showing this thing to you so that you'll think it's proof of confidence that I have in you. From me to you. Kimi no chikara wa jijo no kyozetsu. As for your ability, your chikara, your strength, it is the jijo of rejection. It is the circumstance? No. Phenomenon, right? Jisho, that's why. Jisho. Yeah, it is the phenomenon of rejection. That's your ability. 起こった物事それ自体を否定し、doing denial of that 自体, not reality, one's own body, and of like things that have occurred themselves. 事象そのものを消滅させる and causing destruction of the phenomenon itself. とてつもない力だ。とてつもない. It is a unbelievable, preposterous, extravagant chikara, ability, strength. 私には君の力が必要だ。織姫. As for to me, your strength is necessary. So I need your strength. I need your ability. 君のその力を that power of yours, 私のために使ってくれるね. Do the favor of using for me, you know, that power of yours. Okay. Out of the flashback. あの人が私を信用して方逆を見せたとは思えない. Not able to think as for being shown the Hogyoku doing confidence in me, that person. So that person having confidence in me, as for with showing the Hogyoku, not able to think that. Daga, dakedo, but 少なくとも方逆のありかは分かった. However, at least as for the whereabouts of the Hogyoku, understood. At least I know where it is. そして, in addition, 私の力のことも, even my strength or my abilities. In addition, my chikara no koto also. So also the things about my ability. 起こった物事それ自体を否定し、事象そのものを消滅させる. So she remembered his words about her ability. That, again, this is what he just said on the previous page, causing the annihilation of the phenomenon itself, doing rejection, doing denial of that thing itself, things that have happened themselves. That, ありがとう、Kurosaki-kun. Thank you, Kurosaki. 助けに来てくれて. Doing the favor of coming to save. だけど, but, 私は, as for me, ここでやるべきことを見つけたの. In this place, ought to do things, having discovered. それはきっと, that thing, as for that thing, surely, certainly, 私にしかできないこと, things that only I can do. Okay, so, interesting. They all think they've snowballed her. And maybe not so much, right? She's learned about her abilities. And she's saying, thank you for coming to save me, Ichigo. But for me, in here, she's discovered things that she has to do. As for that, certainly only things that she can do. Only things that I can do. There we go. We're not done yet. 私の力でHogyoku wo, with my abilities, with my strength, powers, the Hogyoku, the crumbling gem, 存在する前の状態に返す. With my abilities, the Hogyoku, returning to the condition of before doing existence. Okay. Basically, again, using my abilities, returning to the condition of before doing existence, the whole Gyoko. So she's gonna turn the whole Gyoko back to before it existed. In other words, rejection of the phenomenon. Of course, maybe that's what he wants. All right. Done. There we go. I think that's the end of the chapter finally. Oh, there's Ichigo running, and of course then there's someone behind him. There we go. Okay, what do we have here? I had Mr. Ishida design it. Oh, he was the worst possible choice. Okay, so Ishida designed the costumes. All right, that was 249. Next time, 250. Maybe it'll be a less wordy chapter. We'll find out next time. All right. Oh, look at this. Giant bookmark. Did the anime get a remake? I have no idea. Did it? Mega, how's it going? Oh, I missed it. Instantaneous cock. Did I say instantaneous cock? Nice. I missed it. All right, let's get back to some knitting. Oh. And we're going to watch some French Chef. They just rebooted the anime. They never animated the final arc. Okay. Well, there you go. Unfortunately, I've got a homeowners association meeting, so we've got maybe 45 minutes here. Let's do some knitting. That means, unfortunately, no Galaxy Express 39, which is sad.
Program is made possible with the assistance of a grant from S&H Green Stamp.
This is a French fruit tart. This is a Japanese knife that my sister-in-law gave me, and it's used for harikiri or kukisaki or whatever that's called, and vegetables, depending on what your mood is.
You did that right as she was like, this is a tart. And she started the same way, which is pretty funny. Okay, hold on. Let's go back.
And then dump them into this custard filling.
Oh, what happened?
French. A lovely finishing. This is a French fruit tart. I'm just finishing it off with a little bit of apricot glaze.
Okay, as a reminder, thank you, Chicken, that sound clip. We are looking for sound clips like the Yuki Kukisaki that we can record and have available for wonderful nostalgia's sake. So far we have phrases such as how to use a garlic press, asking your dentist because they left to drill holes in things, and not like the hard rubbery thing you get on the train, and something about French dough is butter, and that's what makes it so good. So keep an ear out because we need to get more of these.
Fruit on a lovely custard filling with a beautiful, crunchy, buttery French crust. This is the recipe we're going to do today on the French Chef. Welcome to the French Chef. This is Julia Child. Today, I'm really going to show you how to do French tarts. Simple, lovely desserts, and any of you who watched how to make French pastry on our quiche show last time is now a whiz at making French pastry crusts.
Whiz.
If you didn't happen to see that show, you can make the crust out of any favorite pastry dough recipe of yours. But add, as it should be a sweet dough, add 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar per cup of flour. And I'm now going to do a cherry tart flambé. These are canned Bing cherries that have been soaked, or as the French say, macerated, in brandy and sugar and lemon juice.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to mix them into this custard filling, which I'm going to show you how to do, and then dump them into our tart crust, and we are then going to flame it just before serving. There. I'll put 1 or 2 cherries just on top of it like that. Now there couldn't be anything simpler than that. I'm going to put it to the side here, and then just before serving it, we'll flame it. And I'm now going to show you how to make the custard filling that goes into these fruit tarts. I have here 5 egg yolks, and I'm going to beat gradually into them 1 cup of sugar. I'll give all these proportions in case you want to take notes. When you're ever adding sugar to egg yolks, you add it very gradually. Because if you add it all at once, sometimes the egg yolks turn a little bit granular. You can do this in an electric beater if you want. So I think it's just as easy to do it by hand. There, we've got 1 cup of sugar and 5 egg yolks. And you beat it with a wire whip until it becomes thick and pale and forms what they call the ribbon. You see, it drips heavily off the whip like that and forms a little bit of a ribbon there. And then we're going to beat in flour. This is 2/3 cup of sifted all-purpose flour. Didn't get quite all of it in there. This is really, I guess, what you call a boiled custard in American terms. In French, it's called crème pâtissière, or pastry cream. Then we have 2 cups of hot milk, and those we pour very gradually in, just a little bit at first. Anytime that you're adding anything hot to egg yolks, you have to add it very gradually because you don't want the egg yolks to curdle. So at the very beginning, it goes in slowly. It's still sort of thick. And when the egg in the bowl feels warm, then you can add it in a little more. A little faster. I really can't see any reason for using an electric mixer with this, because this is so easy and you've only got 2 things to wash. There. So when it's good and beaten up there, then we pour it into a heavy bowl.
Oh, hey, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that.
French
Welcome.
copper restaurant saucepan that I'm using. But you want to be sure.
Feel free to lurk or say howdy, whatever you're
pan.
comfortable with. We're just going to be knitting here for a little bit.
Burn.
Watching Julia Chow.
Got a little bit of flour stuck on that.
Working on a Doctor Who double knit scarf.
Heat and use a wooden spoon, and you stir it until it begins to come up to the boil. When you have flour and egg yolks together in a liquid, it then doesn't, the egg yolks don't curdle and you can bring them up to boil. It always takes a little bit of time to come up to boil. You could do this in a double boiler, but I don't see any reason to, because it just takes so long to do. The thing is, you have a heavy bottom pan. Another type that I like very much is stainless steel with a thick aluminum bottom, because that holds the heat very well and things don't burn on it. I'm going to turn the heat up just a little bit more, and it's all right as long as you just keep stirring it like this, because you don't want anything to stick. There's another typical French custard sauce called a crème anglaise, and that one has no flour in it. You have to be very careful when you're cooking it that the sauce doesn't come anywhere near the simmer. Now this custard cream is going to thicken up, and as it comes to the boil, it's going to get a little bit lumpy. And then we just beat it with our wire whip, and the lumps disappear. You can use this pastry cream just as it is for the bottom of a fruit tart, or if you beat some stiffly beaten fold stiffly beaten egg whites in it, you can use it as a filling for cream puffs, or for some awfully nice desserts called crème plombière.
Hey, Seth, how long is the scarf? Pretty long. We're over halfway done.
And then
there we go.
Some little sponge cakes that have been soaked in liqueur in the bottom of a little dessert cup, and then pour
we got the TARDIS
over it. It's a lovely dessert.
So
and for cream puffs, you do
about like 66%, 70% of the way through the scarf.
Could, after it was chilled, you could fold in some whipped cream. Now this is beginning to come up. You notice that that's beginning to lump there, and that's perfectly normal. That's just what it does, but we'll get all the lumps out when we beat it with our wire whip.
We've got about another month.
You can see it's beginning to coat the spoon.
Another month of knitting before we're done with the scarf.
Whipping up. I'm going to turn the heat down a little bit. You see that all the lumps are going to come out of it. These wire whips are awfully useful because you can beat with one hand. And
looks very nice, thank you.
Something else with the other.
Been a long project, that's for sure.
And at this point is when
very
you want
slow.
to be very careful. I'm going to turn the heat down to moderate and take it off the heat for a moment and beat it hard. So see, that's just as smooth as it can be. And then you want to cook the flour. And this is also the tricky part, because you want to be very sure that it doesn't scorch on the bottom. See how thick that is? But we want to be sure to cook the flour but not to scorch the bottom. That's one reason why you want your heavy pan.
Ooh, there we go.
You want to cook it for about 2 minutes this way. And if you ever run into any trouble of a custard like this beginning to scorch on the bottom of the pan, you could see it when you did that, immediately remove it to another pan. Don't try to fool any more with it. Just scrape it out, leaving any burned part to the bottom. If you have a heavy pan like this, you shouldn't have any trouble. Now, we're going to flavor our pastry cream. This one, we're going to put some vanilla in. Pastry cream always has vanilla, and you can do it just with vanilla. If you did for these proportions, you would use 1.5 tablespoons of vanilla. But we're going to put in some cognac, because it's a little more fun and more French. So we will have 2 teaspoons of vanilla.
All right, that's 14.
3 tablespoons of cognac. You could use dark rum.
3 tablespoons of cognac.
Any one of the liqueurs. Orange liqueur is very nice too. You don't want to thin it out with too much, so I'll just start with 2 tablespoons and then taste it. You know, when you're using liqueur, you don't want to overdo on the liqueur. You just want to have a nice flavor of it, but not too much. And then also it's going to have a little softened butter in it. And what's interesting, now I'm going to taste it now and see how it is, whether we've got enough liqueur in it. I don't think so. That's very nice. Now it's interesting. I've tasted it now. It hasn't got the butter in. Now I'm going to put in about 2 or 1.5 tablespoons of softened butter. And then taste it again. That's one of the interesting uses that the French have of butter. They usually always butter a sauce after they've made it. And it gives it that certain French taste that you don't get in any other cooking. The French call it onctueuse, or unctuous doesn't sound good in English. It does in French. But now, when you taste it, it just has sort of a velvet. It's amazing what difference that little bit of butter does. Now, that's all made. And if you were going to make it ahead of time and chill it, which you would for a cold tart, you'd scrape the sauce off the side of the pan, then, because you don't want a skin to form on it, you take your butter and you just put a little butter on the top of it like that, so that it goes all over the top of the sauce. A little more butter doesn't hurt it at all. And that'll prevent skin from forming. You do that with any kind of a sauce that you make that's flour-based. You wouldn't have to if you stood over it and beat it until it cooled, but that would take you about all day. So I'm going to put that to the side and let it cool. And then we're going to make some other sauces with creme pâtissière. Now here is a bowl of custard sauce that's all made up and cool. And
All right.
we're going to make a very simple, nice fruit tart with it. Before I go on, I think I'll better go over the proportions with you again for this. Now the amount that I made over there makes 2.5 cups. And you have 5 egg yolks, 1 cup of sugar, and 2/3 cup of flour, and 2 cups of hot milk. And you beat the sugar gradually into the egg yolks, then you beat in the flour, and then you gradually beat in the hot milk, and then you stir over moderately high heat until it comes to the boil. And you remember that as you saw it gets rather lumpy, but you just take it off heat and beat it hard with a wire whip, then put it back on the heat and cook very slowly, being awfully careful that you don't scorch the pan. You have to get the flour cooked. Now, we shall start with our fruit tarts. Now in this pan is apricot glaze, and it's one of the most useful things in French cooking. I don't think they could ever have French pastry if they didn't have apricot glaze. And all it is apricot preserves, which has been, or jam. You just buy a jar of it, and you heat it, and then you push it through a sieve with a little wooden spoon, because it always has a little bit of skin in it. And then you, per cup of strained apricot preserve, you add 2 tablespoons of sugar, and then you heat it again until it boils up and becomes sort of thick like that. If you were using a candy thermometer, it would be at 225. And then when you use it, you always use it warm, and any that you have left over, you can just put back into the jar and heat it up again. Now, one of the purposes for the apricot glaze is to act as a waterproofing. The reason that you boiled it up is so that it'll thicken up, and as it cools, it hardens just a very little bit. It doesn't become brittle at all, but it just hardens enough to be a waterproofing for a pastry shell, so that when you put raw fruits or pastry cream into it, the cream won't sink through and make the shell soggy. And you can make your shells ahead and paint them with your glaze at any time you want. I'm putting this back on the heat so that it will stay warm. And now we've got our pastry cream, and we just dump it in. You want about, say, a ½ inch in here. And then spread it around. I think these rubber spatulas were certainly one of the great inventions of the world. Now, that's the beginning of any kind of a fruit tart that you like. Now, this is a very simple one that anyone can do. Because, I mean, naturally anyone can, but with anything that you have in the house. This is canned crushed pineapple. You get the can and you pour the contents through a sieve, and then there's a little syrup, and you boil the syrup for about 5 minutes until it gets heavy and slightly caramelized, and then you put in the crushed pineapple and boil that for about 5 minutes, and it browns a little bit, and just to taste the difference, but it has such a very quite different taste than just ordinary canned pineapple. So we're just going to put a little bit of that on the top there. And then here we have our canned Bing cherries. And these are always taste much nicer if you soak them in a little bit of liqueur. Kirsch is very good with them. Or I use cognac quite a lot. And if you're going to use any of these liqueurs, particularly in dessert, if you don't want to spend the money to buy a really good, a good liqueur that you'll be happy to drink. Just don't use it. Use vanilla instead, because you can absolutely ruin all of your work if you use a sort of what they call a rock gut kind of a liqueur. Now, we're going to use bananas with this. Bananas are awfully good with these tarts. And we just slice up the banana. You saw our onion soup. You remember, this is exactly the same method that we used on onions. Maybe I shouldn't mention onions along with dessert. But that's one of those techniques that you use for everything. Then you just take your banana things and lay them around that way. If you're really artistic, you can do the most lovely designs. You don't have to have everything in circles. They can be back and forth, and you can just use your full imagination when you're decorating these things. And they're terribly good. And people are always so delighted with them because of that glittering aspect that they have. There. Now for that final one, I'll put that in under. Now we're going to glaze the top of it with apricot. I have here this same apricot glaze, and it's warm. And if it thickens up too much, you can put a little water on, so it's thin enough to dribble on with a spoon. Very often you see these in a pastry store, but the glaze is made out of, I don't know what, they buy it all in a can, and then it has some kind of goo in it that makes it look thick, but it has an awful taste, or at least I should say not a very interesting taste. And of course, this also gives a very nice flavor to the bananas. There. See, that's very not difficult to do. I think I have some slivered almonds that I bought in the supermarket. And you can just put these little almonds around like teeth. It's better, I think, to put them on after the glaze because then they show up a little more. There. Now, that's all ready to serve, and you can make it about 2 hours ahead of time. And now we're going to do one of the loveliest tarts of all, a fresh strawberry tart. I think this is the great tart of all time. I'm going to put the strawberries over there for a minute. Get out a little of this so you can see what I'm doing. Now, I've already glazed this shell. You can glaze it way ahead of time. I don't think it's better. I think you shouldn't fill it probably more than about an hour or two ahead of time. However, I found that when I made strawberry tartan once in a while, where there was any of the tart left over, if I'd made an awful lot of it, that I kept it in the refrigerator, and it was really very good the next day. I was rather surprised. But then this apricot glaze that was the waterproofing for the tart shell, which of course gives the flavor to, kept the pastry from going through. Now these, in the strawberries, you usually arrange it so the largest strawberries in the middle and just go all around and then paint it with glaze. So I guess that's the biggest one. And this is a serpentine pattern. And so you always start in the middle and then go round and round. You can go back and forth if you want to. You want to, see, this custard always thickens up a little bit as it cools, but you want to have it just about this thickness so that the strawberry goes in, but it doesn't sink down too far. When you're making your pastry cream, if when it's cooled you find that it's too thin, you can heat it up again and put in some beurre manier or flour butter paste. Now, if you want to take a great deal of time over this, you could match up all the strawberries, and I'm not going to take that much time. because I'm not that much of a perfectionist, though I'd like to be. There. Doesn't that look good? See, there's certainly nothing difficult to do about this. When you wash the strawberries, hull them first and then just wash them very, very quickly. I think if you put them in a great big colander and fill the sink full of water and then just dip them in and out. If they're perfectly clean strawberries with no mud on them, you don't really need to wash them, and then you don't have any trouble. And then after you wash them, you put them on a cake rack so that they'll drain off. Now, we'll glaze them. And you can, if you like, you can use red currant glaze rather than apricot glaze. It's made just in exactly the same way. You just get red currant jelly. You don't need to strain that. And boil it down with 2 tablespoons of sugar per cup until it reaches this sticky consistency. Sticky but not brittle. And if this gets too thick, you just put in a little water and boil it up again. There. Now, that's all ready to be served. I want to show you also what you can do with little tiny tart shells. These were all made with the same pastry dough, and you just make them in little tiny shells like this. And you put your pastry in, then put another shell on top, and then bake them about 10 minutes in a 425 oven until the dough has just shrunk a little bit and taken on a light color. Now these I've already painted with the apricot glaze, and here's how you fill them. These are awfully nice if you're having tea. I won't fill more than 2, and I'll put some strawberries in, like that. People just love these. You can serve them on a little plate. There. Aren't those nice? And now we're going to glaze flame the cherry tart. Here's this cherry tart that we first made that you saw, and I'm going to flame it in brandy. But first, if you're going to flame anything, this is granulated sugar. Sprinkle some sugar on. It's just like crepe Suzettes. You know, if you don't have some sugar on the crepes, and the sugar doesn't caramelize, it's awfully hard to flame them.
Whoa, hey Groovy Hot Rod, how's it going?
Caramelizes just a little bit. I think actually that could be.
Hope you're doing well. Happy Monday. Going on Tuesday.
There. This should only take just about a minute because you don't want the crust to burn. But be sure that you'll have your broiler very hot. Well, that hasn't, and you really have to stand right over and watch it. I know the first time that I made creme brulee, they said to put on the brown sugar and put it in the oven for about 2 minutes. So I went off and did something else, and when I came back, it was all burnt up. So with these things, if you can do anything like this, you just stand right there and watch it because it doesn't take very long.
Ever seen the spoof Monty Python guy did on Julia Child? I don't know if I've seen Monty Python. I remember Saturday Night Live.
I'm going to heat up the brandy. You want to use about 1/4 of a cup of brandy.
There were a couple on Saturday Night Live, I think, right?
Hot too.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, that's it then. Yeah, that was a good one.
All that sugar is bubbling there. We'll leave it in about another second. But you have to wait until it's bubbling. There, can you see it bubbling? And then the brandy's hot. I hope it is. Pour it on. And then if you want, you can take it to the table. You really have to rush to the table. There, she's alight. That isn't going up in a great flame because you have to be careful you don't want to burn your hair. But this gives a very nice taste. But always remember, if you're going to flame anything, have the top of it hot with some caramelized sugar. And then pour on warm brandy and light it. And keep your face away. There, now that's just burning just a little bit more. But if you're going to carry it in, be sure that you don't get your face in it. There we are.
Oh, you can see the...
Yes, that's
You can't see the flame, you can see the waves, the heat distortion.
Here's the one that you saw at the very beginning. And this is also a very simple one. This has canned sliced pears, canned apricots, cherries, and little slivered almonds there. And here is our banana pineapple tart, and here's our lovely strawberry tart. And we're going to have a tea party today. And this is a tea cozy to keep the teapot warm. Now, I mean, this has been an illustration of how easy it is to do really very attractive desserts. If you once master that pastry cream, which is certainly very simple to do, and tart shells, you could just have a whole bevy of desserts at your fingertips. And you can use anything you can think of, fresh plums or fresh peaches, or you can use the tart shell to bake the fruits in the oven and then glaze them when they're through, like an apple tart. Next time we're going to do fillet of sole. That's all for today. This is Julia Child. Bon appetit.
Philly. Philly of soul.
Julia Child is co-author of Mastering the Art of French Cooking.
Boom, boom.
Oh, ha, 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 ha.
There were a couple things in there, but I don't know that they were...
Accessories and furniture, courtesy of Design Research Incorporated. This has been
A lot of beating and whipping. Yeah.
tape production.
She did say something about beating it hard. I'm like, well, we'll probably hear lots of that.
The preceding program was made possible with the assistance of a grant from S&H Green Stamp.
The French Chef
Oh,
is
gosh.
made possible by a grant from Safeway stores.
Here is our dear little old friend, the chicken. Today we were just interested.
Chicken. I think we need to get that one for you. That can be your entry. Chicken breasts and rice. Hold on. Chicken breasts and rice. Very first line. Here is our dear little friend, the chicken. Let's get that again.
Here is our dear little old friend, the chicken. Today we were just interested in the breast.
Just interested in your breast.
And skin it and serve it as a very tasty morsel, a suprême de volaille. Today on the French Chef.
Yeah, more meat abuse. Only the finest of meat preparation. It's still not alive. Yeah.
Welcome to the French Chef. I'm Julia Child. Today we are going to do breast of chicken in the French manner, which means it's a peel, it's a skinless, boneless, luscious, delicate morsel of white meat which cooks in about 6 to 8 minutes and makes a perfectly elegant, quick meal. And with it, we're going to serve risotto or braised rice. And as that cooks fairly quickly, I'm going to start that first, and then we'll get back to our chicken. Now, risotto is, of course, of Italian origin in name, but this is the way the French cook braised rice, and they call it risotto, and whenever they take over a recipe, they do it in their own way, and they don't care how anyone else does it. And this, you use a long grain rice, and when you buy rice, you just look on the box or the package, and it always says long grain or fancy long grain. And it's perfectly plain, ordinary, raw, white rice. I think a lot of people are afraid to cook rice because it gets sort of gummy, and that's mainly that nobody's told them some of the basic principles of how to cook it. And in risotto, the rice is cooked for a little while in butter and then simmered in seasoned liquids. So we're going to start it out right now, and we're going to cook it on top of the stove, and we're going to put in about 1.5 tablespoons of butter, and then for flavoring, 2 tablespoons of finely minced onion. And that's going to cook slowly until the onion is translucent, and then the rice is going to go in. Now, in this method of cooking rice, you want to make very sure that your measurements are correct. And most of everybody knows about these dry measure cups. You have a 1 cup and a 1/2 cup and a 1/3 and a 1/4. And when the cup is full up to the top, that means it's a full cup. And for this kind of a dish, you want to measure very carefully because it's important how much liquid you use. We're going to use 1 1/4 cups of rice, and 1 full cup of raw rice will cook up into 3 cups of cooked rice, and that's about enough for 4 people, which we're serving, but I'm going to add a little bit more because it's so good, so we're going to use 1 cup and 1/4. And now you cook your onions until they're fairly tender. They're going to get cooking later. And then you pour in your rice. This is plain, unwashed rice because you want it to be perfectly dry. And the reason that you're going to cook it in the butter is to cook the floury coating on the rice, because it's that floury coating, which you don't deal with it in some way, which becomes gooey. And in the braised rice, the cooking of it is what prevents it from becoming gummy after it's cooked. And when the rice first goes in, it has a milky look, and then as soon as it gets turned in the butter, the rice looks translucent. And you want to cook it slowly until the grains have become milky again. And that takes about 2 or 3 minutes over moderate heat. And the rice is not supposed to brown. It just stays a white. It'll be a white, milky color by the time it's done. And while that's cooking, we have our liquid. And you use whatever liquid you would be using for your main course. In this case, we're using chicken, so this is canned chicken broth and water. I'm using about 1/2 and 1/2. And in this, the proportions are very important. If you have 1 cup of rice, you use 2 cups of liquid. So in this case, we have 1 1/4 cups of rice, so we're using 2 1/2 cups of liquid. And pour it into a liquid measure, and then you want to make sure that it's absolutely accurate. So set it on a flat place, and then get your eye right down to that mark, which is 2 1/2 there, and then you know that you have the correct amount. And then you keep looking at your rice for a minute until it turns that milky color, which it hasn't quite. So we'll finish the rest of our flavorings. We're going to use parsley and a bay leaf and tie them together. This is almost an herb bouquet. If you had a complete herb bouquet, you'd have thyme, which you could use too. And then you turn the parsley around the bay leaf and then just tie it with white string. You use white string because it doesn't have any flavor. in the cooking. If you use brown or black string, maybe you get brown or black rice. Now we look again at our rice. And those grains have practically become milky. This is the only part in the cooking that you have to watch fairly carefully. Because once you've gotten this rice, this flour coating cooked, then you're not going to have any trouble with the rice grains sticking together. Now there, that's cooked sufficiently. And you can very easily see this yourself when you're doing it. You'll notice that milky color.
All right, we're going to pause there. I unfortunately have to go. I wish I could stick around. I wish I could read Galaxy Express 39, but we've got a homeowners association meeting and I've got to go suffer through that. So I got to get going. Let's see what we got here. Oops. Oh, let's see. All right, we're gonna do the Mexican runner drop. It's an easy one because I need to run anyway. I don't want to raid in and then have to run on someone. Mexican runners on reruns of the NES Mania. What is he playing at the moment? Immortal. If you've never seen Immortal, the NES game, fascinating game. Takes him almost 4 hours to beat it without any hints, which is impressive. Anyway, that's gonna do it for us for today. Thank you again, everyone, for hanging out. We made another whale. We still need to come up with eyeballs for the whales, but we made another whale. We have 2 whales now. So we'll get the eyeballs. Again, tomorrow, I've got a late conference. I'll probably be starting late. We'll see. I don't know. I'm sorry. If it's really late, then I'm just going to call it. I won't stream. So if you don't see me by 7, probably no stream for the day tomorrow, but we'll see. Have a great one. Stay safe, stay well, stay hydrated, all that fun stuff. And I will catch y'all next time. Thank you again. Bye for now.